Hello and welcome back to Centerville High School for tonight's MVCC Varsity Game of the Week. It's the Fairmont Firebirds in their gray uniforms versus the Centerville Elks in their all-white uniforms. I'm Jerry Bergstrom alongside Jeff Allen. First, here's a few players to watch for tonight's game. First with Jeff, who do you have to watch out for Fairmont?
Jansen Davidson. He's been the leader all season, as expected. He just brings in a certain intensity to the game that just can't be replaced. He's averaging almost 4 assists and rebounds a game. And as you can see on the highlight tape, his motor is just on all the time. It's constantly running, and I believe he's the heart and soul of what keeps this team going, an all-right system player.
Right, I mean, he's a player that could go out and get a double-double on average, but his double-double is going to be 10 steals and 10 assists. He's not a prolific scorer like most people are, and sometimes it's just be lucky like he just was there. I mean, he's all over the court, everywhere, so, I mean, it's going to be hard for the Elks to stop him.
Sometimes as you can see on every play, he's just ready to go.
Right, he's not afraid to put his body on the line. He'll drive into the lane and attack the free throw. And I was talking with Coach Albright before the game. He's one of those, I mean, he's a player, he's the leader of the team, he's a captain on the team. And really, I mean, you'll see in the next highlight, I mean, he's the team leader. You'll see in the timeouts, he'll lead the huddle, or he'll lead the timeout charge, and really not have let Coach Albright say anything.
And not only that, he's very coachable at that. He listens to instructions. He acts as the team, and the basic metaphor, he embodies it. It's about what's on the front and not the back. Right. So who's your key player really for you?
My player of the game to watch is number 20, Cam Drolet for the Firebirds. I mean, you can see in these replays, he's the one that is going to bring the ball up the court 90% of the time. He is the Firebirds' true point guard, and really, he's not afraid to drive in, attack, make the passes. He's a circus shooter. He's like Christian James is for the Springboro Panthers. He's going to drive into the lane on the bigger player, and he's going to draw contact, or he's going to kick it out like there for an easy assist. I mean, he's all over the court too, just like Davidson. So I mean, he can go off and have 10 points and 10 boards. I mean, it's going to be hard for the Elks to stop these two kids, and it's really, I think it's what's going to keep Fairmont in the game is those two.
So quick with his steps. He knows what he's going to do, and he goes in and he acts upon it.
And we are just about ready for the opening tip in our MVCC Game of the Week finale. It's the Fairmont Firebirds again against the Centerville Elks. All right, here with Centerville's head coach, Brooke Cups. Coach, first off, what has to happen tonight for you guys to pick up a win against the Firebirds?
We're just going to focus on trying to do our stuff and trying to get better tonight. We need to make sure we take care of the basketball, get good shots offensively, and really try to sit down and take them out of the stuff that they want to do. They're very good at running their stuff, and we got to try to make sure that they don't get the shots that they want to get.
All right. And a win against the Firebirds, what momentum would that build towards the rest of the season and towards the playoffs?
Like I said, we haven't really talked about winning anything. We're just trying to get better tonight. Play to the level that we're capable of playing. Get closer to that, and if it means we win, then great. If it doesn't, then we just come back and practice tomorrow. So.
And now with each of the seniors, I mean, you got 5 of them, so I guess you can start where you want. Like, what have they taught you, or what's one of your favorite memories from them?
Well, I'll start with Eric Miners and Kate Westendorf. They're 2 seniors that they don't get a whole lot of playing time, but in terms of their commitment to our program and their unselfishness, I think they really set a great standard for our younger guys to really understand what being our core values are: tough, passionate, unified, and thankful. And those guys really they live by those things, and they're great examples for our younger guys. So I'm just thankful that we have them on our team, and it's been a pleasure to work with them and coach those guys. Sam Lash, Sam's a 3-year varsity guy. He's been on a couple really good teams the last few years, and it's just been really neat to watch him mature and kind of grow into a leadership position, which he's done a great job with. And trying to uphold the standards of our program. So I'm proud of the progress Sam's made in that area. Adam Velasco is one of our hardest working kids that we've ever had. Definitely lives by our core values. And he's a kid that, I think it surprises him sometimes at the plays he's capable of making. He's a great teammate and loves Centerville basketball and what we do. So been an honor to coach him for the last 4 years. And then Keegan Saban. Keegan's a great player. He's been a pleasure to coach. We've really tried to focus on his leadership stuff this year, and he's done a really good job of accepting the criticism that goes along with that. Very unselfish kid for a guy that's kind of been the best player, been the leading scorer on a lot of the teams that he's played on. You wouldn't know it by talking to him or watching him play. So thankful for the opportunity to work with them too. We got a great group of seniors.
Now, is there anything that any of them have taught you throughout the years of coaching them?
Oh yeah, I mean, I learn something new every day. I think, that's one of the fun things about coaching high school. I think you learn just as much as the kids do. Every year that every group that graduates, they take a little bit with you. You're a little bit better for I've coached them, and there's no doubt this group of seniors is the same way. We've been really blessed with unselfish kids. Since I've been here, I can't speak before that, but since I've been here, we've just had kids that buy into the team mindset and the team atmosphere that we believe in and we preach, and they just, I feel like they've made me tougher, more passionate, more unified, and more thankful for the opportunity to coach.
All right, thank you. Good luck tonight and the rest of your season.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right, here with Fairmont Coach Albright. Coach, what has to happen tonight for you guys to get a win against Centerville, a close rival?
Well, I think obviously everything starts with our ability to defend and rebound. They really do a nice job of grinding you when they have the ball. They don't take any bad shots, and they don't beat themselves. So the stops are really vital. And when you get them, you got to make use of them at the other end of the court. I think we've struggled in the past more offensively even than defensively, because we often allow them to make us take some shots that aren't good for us and to turn the basketball over. So one of the things that's going to be important as getting stops, is us actually having some really good possessions on the offensive end. So those two things I think are first and foremost really paramount for us. And then the other thing, we've got to start with great effort, energy, and enthusiasm. If we don't bring that to the table, execution won't be an issue.
And what would a win like this build momentum for the rest, or the final two games after tonight and then towards the playoffs?
Oh, it certainly would be huge. Obviously Centerville has a really strong program, and if we were able to get that done tonight, I think it would really lift the confidence of our guys. Sometimes I feel like that's a bit of an issue for us. Our confidence seems to rise and fall a little bit. So I certainly think that a win would be really it would have a pretty dramatic effect on our ability going forward.
Right, and you guys, I've never seen a more adversitized 500 team. You guys have hit the highest highs and the lowest lows throughout the year. So, how do you keep your guys' minds straight for every game?
It's a real challenge, The inconsistencies of play has been a bit maddening for us, I think anytime you're lingering around 500, whether you're just a little bit up or a little bit down from 500, it can be really, really brutal psychologically, because you just sort of always feel like you're just a couple plays away, or maybe, a player here, player there. And you always kind of feel like you're about to turn the corner and then you take a couple steps back. So what we need to do is just be more consistent with our approach, more consistent with our execution and practice. And I think when we get that on a daily basis, then you're going to see the game performance change. But we've been a little inconsistent in practice as well, and it's probably a good indicator of why we've been pretty inconsistent in games.
Okay, now we'll start with Cam Drolle. It's his senior year, so you have a favorite memory or anything of him?
Yeah, one of the first things that comes to mind with Cameron is we played Springboro at home last year, and we were down 3 last possession of the game. He gets fouled taking a 3-point shot with no time remaining on the clock.
Right, we were there.
Goes to the free throw line. Got to make all 3 to send it to overtime. Nobody even standing on the line. Just him, all by himself, and he made all 3. And I have to be honest, I don't think there's any way in the world that if I was in his position that I would be able to make all 3.
Right.
And that just kind of told me something about that kid. and what kind of a player he is. And it was really admirable.
All right, now with Jansen, I mean, he's a facilitator on the court. He has a chance to get 10 steals and 10 assists in the game.
Yeah, he's had a terrific year when it comes to taking the basketball from the other team, and that's no real surprise. I mean, he's been that way from the minute that he got to us. He's been an outstanding defender, one of the best effort guys I've ever coached, and also a really good energy player. I think one of my favorite memories about Jansen, to be honest, as strange as it might sound, is from his freshman year. And I wasn't even there that day, but I'll never forget the very first day that we scrimmaged, my first scrimmage of my tenure here at Fairmont. I got a call from the freshman coaches who had also scrimmaged, and they told me this kid Jansen, he just makes everybody go. Great communicator. They just raved up and down about what he brought to the gym, and he's been that way ever since.
You see it in his play. I mean, he's virtually unstoppable on defense.
No question. And he's always led with his heart. He wears his emotions on his sleeve, and to his credit, he pours it all out into the game.
And then Brandon Hall, I mean, he's the last senior. Big man coming off the bench, so I mean, and he plays a lot of important roles too.
Brandon's like the ultimate consummate team guy. We have a mantra in our program, Philos. It's all about loving your teammate, loving your brother. Nobody embodies that better than Brandon. And something that I thought about with Brandon actually was just last week. It's late in the fourth quarter. The game is clearly in hand. We have it won. We have it won significantly. And he takes a charge late in the fourth quarter. And we need more guys that are willing to do that type of thing. That just kind of showed me that kid, doesn't matter the time, the place, the situation, whatever the team needs, he's always willing to do. And I'll always be really grateful to him for that.
And is there anything like that those three have taught you?
Oh, no question. The first thing that comes to mind is resiliency. Those guys are guys that have been through a lot in the program. They've seen some real highs, and they've had to go through some adverse situations. And they've always come back with great attitudes. All three of them always come back with great attitudes. Always kept working, kept pounding away. So I've really been impressed with their resiliency. And then the other thing I think that's interesting about them is I think all three of those guys have been really, really important program builders for us in terms of the legacy that I think all three of them can leave behind. But interestingly enough, they're all so different. And I think one of the things that it's taught me is that there's a lot of different ways to approach how you play, and reaching each of them and figuring out what motivates each of them has been a real interesting process for me. They all are motivated a little bit differently, and there are things that make them tick, that makes them real individualistic, but all three of them have been so important to the culture of our program, and we'll really miss them for that.
Thank you. Good luck tonight.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it.
All right, welcome back to Centerville High School. The national anthem's done. Opening lineups have been announced, and now it's time for some basketball. What are your final thoughts for this game, Jeff?
I feel like it's going to be a hard-fought battle. Centerville usually dominating this rivalry, but this year the team's more evenly matched. Firebirds definitely underrated coming into this matchup. I feel like they're way better when they play as a cohesive unit, and if they stick to what they know, I think they'll succeed here tonight.
Yeah, talking with Coach Albright before the game, this is one of the most undermined 500 teams. They've been through the highest highs this season and the lowest lows. He said they've really yet to complete a game. So he said if they can complete a game tonight and win all 4 quarters, he said they should come out on top. And really, I think I see that happening tonight. I think Fairmont's going to come out and win a close one here on their rivals' home court to build momentum for the playoffs. Those are announced this Sunday.
See Drolet driving. Cameron Drolet is so smooth. That's the one word that comes to mind when I think of him. Very fluent in his movement as a guard. As he takes it at the top of the key. Very conservative with the clock, Firebirds are being.
Already have held it for 54 seconds. Drolet driving on Henderson. That was a push. But it looks like the refs are going to let a lot of contact go tonight.
Centerville playing very good defense.
And a bad turnover by the Firebirds. You hold the ball for 1 minute and 8 seconds, and you come up with a turnover.
And those mistakes cannot be occurring if they want to take this one tonight. And Saban's going to do the inbound now here. And Donnie Shelton. He's been the starting point guard and has really established himself as so this season as a junior. Sam Lash. Down low to Keegan Saban. Going to take Jansen Davidson and pass out. Saban driving again with Davidson right on him. Miss.
Henderson
ended up with the offensive rebound and takes it up for the reverse.
Nice circus shot there by Henderson to put the Elks on the board first.
Cade Morgan going to bring it down now and back it back out.
You saw in our game a few weeks ago from Miami's where Cade Morgan has the ability to throw it down if he has to, if he gets a wide open coast-to-coast opportunity.
Davidson pass to Morgan. Morgan taking Henderson to the hole.
Back out to Davidson.
Henderson borderline fouling there. It's really close, really physical defense to center.
Donnie Shelton's covering Cam Drolet very well. Not a lot of separation between the two.
That's one man, if he gets going tonight, Jack Hendricks can get hot at any instance, and if he does, you're not going to stop him.
I believe he's 6 threes away from owning the school record for most threes in a year. So we'll see if he can try to get that tonight.
3 more to do it. And we know he has the ability to hit 6 threes in the game.
And another turnover by the Firebirds. That one almost poked away by Saban. Saban's going to go coast to coast, but blocked by Kellen Bohennick.
A block from the star player for the Elks.
And stolen away by Donnie Shelton.
And here we go, Saban.
Off the glass, an easy layup.
Gets his revenge. That's 3 turnovers down here already for the Firebirds.
Drolet into the paint, off the glass, or no off the glass, just in the rim.
Those senior guards they're gonna be the crutches for this team once they get into the playoffs. They're the leaders, both very efficient and very aggressive. Although Davidson, more of a rugged player, while Drolet being...
Velasco can't hit the 15-footer. Morgan with the rebound. Morgan going to go coast to coast. Off the glass, no. Javon Henderson with a defensive board.
Definitely wanted a more efficient shot there, said Velasco.
There's still a lot of contact not being called down low, too.
Donnie Shelton running the offense now. Velasco down to Keegan Saban, taking it on Davidson. And that's going to be a foul on the offense.
A blocking foul.
Are you kidding me?
That is bad reffing all the way. They're calling that a block.
Right with the shoulder. If we can get a replay there.
If we could see a replay of that.
Definitely looks like a shoulder to the face.
Coach Albright has to watch out. He don't want to receive a technical in the first quarter.
We know Albright gets very passionate.
Saban can't complete the three-point play. Drolet driving into the ball, almost stolen away.
With a good aggressive defense. But Fairmont does a good job of resetting. Cade Morgan stares down Javon Henderson.
This is going to be a very low-scoring game if the teams can hold the ball for a minute and a half each time. Drolet, nice move out to Bohennick into the paint. They're calling a travel? Bohennick was pushed. That's why he took the extra step.
So Crutchfield coming in for Jack Hendricks now.
They need to try to get a big body down low.
Yeah, already got Cade Morgan and Bohennick out there, 2 forwards. So a lot of the times Fairmont goes with a small approach. This time they're going big. Crutchfield. There's Henderson inside, the kick out.
To Grandin. I didn't even see Grandin check in. Outlet pass to Drolet.
And beautiful block. Good play there by Alec Grandin on the fast break. Grandin, the leader of Centerville in blocks. And it's kind of unusual for a 6'1" guard, but the tremendous effort there, as we saw. And Centerville playing really physical there.
Right, it's almost borderline too physical.
Well, he's going to reset. The Firebirds are going to try to get something going.
The only chance they've had is on a Drolet fast break, and Bohennick almost dribbled off his foot.
Looking back to Albright for the call. Drolet cross court to Davidson. Spots up for the 3.
No good, and nobody there for the Firebirds to get a board. Sam Lash.
Sam Lash. And an intriguing matchup of the night is going to be Davidson defending Keegan Saban. Davidson 1.9 steals a game.
And Cade Morgan intercepts that pass from Donnie Shelton. Morgan into the paint, off the glass.
Beautiful. Yes. Hard angle, but doesn't matter for Cade Morgan. Just as I was saying, Saban on Davidson. Davidson's defense goes so far beyond the stat sheet, creating disruption almost at all times. And Crutchfield with the steal. Morgan and Bohennick on the fast break.
Bohennick off the glass, and this game is tied up.
Taking it up with force, and Centerville is going to settle back into half court.
quick 4-0 run by the Firebirds in the student section for Fairmont's back into this one.
Sam Lash on the wing. Pass inside to Saban, posting up Davidson. Henderson making the decision from the high post. And Sam Lash with the three, splash. Beautiful play there. Lash inconsistent this season from three, but still can knock him down. Morgan.
Ooh, almost lost that one again.
Centerville student section jumping up and down with their hard hats.
It's a gold out versus a navy out between the two student sections.
Troy with the flip pass. Crutchfield with the spin move. Good play by Dylan Crutchfield, though, to get inside, although can't convert the and one. Javon Henderson is going to pick up his first foul. That'll be the Elks' first foul at that. 2 for number 22. Crutchfield misses the first one. Senior Brandon Hall and junior leading scorer Jack Hendricks are going to come into this game.
For Drolet and Morgan. Second one's up, and that one's good. And Drolet checks back into the game for Crutchfield.
Crutchfield going to come up to 4 as well. Drolet going to come back in. Adjustment perhaps just to have a quick word with the senior point guard. Velasco taking Drolet up the court on the full court press. Senior court general sticking with him every step of the way. Brandon Hall on the outside defending. Good ball movement by Centerville. And Saban with the corner three. Knocks it down. 7 points for the senior so far.
He's already a member of the 1,000-point club. He beat that at their Flying to the Hoop game. And he has a lot of stuff with his name. Davidson with the blow-by.
Impressive drive. We were talking about him before the game. Motor always on, as you can see there, making Saban work for it.
6 seconds left. Saban at the buzzer, no. And that's how the first quarter comes to an end. Centerville leading 12-9, a 3-point lead. A lot of enthusiasm coming out in this first quarter.
Good game. At first looked like Centerville was getting away with some calls. Then it sort of kind of equalized out. Handing out the t-shirts now. You see on the student section.
There you see the Fairmont student section. We held our second ever student section battle on Twitter. I mean, with nearly 2,000 votes, 240 retweets, and 100 likes. I mean, the Centerville and Fairmont student sections made this the most successful battle yet. But I mean, it was as close as it could get. Fairmont won 51-49. And if you break it down, it was like 1,017 to 977 was the final in that one.
A good battle, a lot of spirit between these two teams. You can see by the outcome of the game. Packed house here in Centerville High School.
Another three on the other end. Ryan Marshall.
He's coming up from the JV squad. Putting in solid varsity minutes. Morgan gets it stolen by Shelton. Elks on a fast break. Donnie Shelton.
Kick out to
back
Marshall.
Out to Marshall.
Can't answer on the three. Ball will stay with Centerville.
Good hustle by Cade Morgan. Marshall on the inbound. Sam Lash on the drive.
Blocked. And they're calling a foul on Cade Morgan. Number 2 at the foul, Kellen Bohenick, correction.
Sam Lash.
First one's no good.
Takes the second one.
And that one's nothing but net. Way to block out the student section on that one.
Yeah, I figured he wasn't going to miss 2 in a row.
I don't think we would have heard the end of it from the student section if he would have missed. But Fairmont has to regroup. They have not scored yet in this second quarter.
And Hendricks, just the way to do it. Double team in the corner. They're all over him. They obviously watch game film.
Brandon Hall into the paint. Kick out to Drolet, almost a turnover, a high pass. Drolet driving, and Marshall's going to pick up the foul, I believe.
So good D. Both teams encouraging it there.
I think if Fairmont wants to try to stay in this game too, I think they're going to have to start getting the Elks in foul trouble. That's what really kept them in the Firebirds in their game against the Wayne Warriors a few weeks ago. They had, by the end of the third quarter, they had 4 Wayne players with 4 or more fouls. So, I mean, that's another way to play. I mean, lean into the shot, create contact. I mean, you never know what the refs are going to call tonight. And they're calling another foul. Let's see a replay of that one because it looked like Jack Hendricks was pushed from behind into the other Elk player.
So instead, Velasco is going to take it out for the Elks here.
Drolet checks back out of the game. Crutchfield checked in for him. Fairmont coming out in their trademark full court press. Well, lacks full court press. Shelton in off to Velasco. Down low to Henderson.
Crutchfield.
Henderson can't hit the easy 3-footer.
Davidson just always going. Good crossover.
Davidson into the paint. Foul.
Beautiful
and foul bucket.
Jansen Davidson. Impressive play, and that's a leader play. That's a court general play. You can tell he's a senior.
Right, he took the game into his own hands on that play. He knows the refs are calling a lot of contact down low. So I mean, why not drive into the paint and see what you can get the refs to call?
Good play by Jansen Davidson there. So he's gonna be.
Drolet's coming back into the game for Crutchfield.
Now we see a small line there.
Jansen's free throws no good. 16-11 with 6 minutes left in the second quarter. Saban brings it up just past the court line. Shelton into the paint.
Saban.
Too easy.
Tenacity to the bucket. Jansen Davidson loses it. Shelton trying to beat the press.
Crutchfield checks back into the game. He's checking in for Davidson.
Keegan Saban on the inbound.
If Bohannock would have been paying attention, he could have had the inbound pass stolen.
And trying a trap here in Centerville.
They're trying to trap and look at Lashover in the corner. And he knocks down the bucket. That's what happens when you leave a three-point shooter alone.
Cam Drolet.
Timeout called by Albright. And really, everything is going against the Firebirds right now.
Needs to speak some life into his team.
Right.
Lazy defense.
The offense isn't attacking like it normally does. I mean, Drolet is not driving into the lane, and Bohannock and Davidson are not driving into the lane enough. And that's why they find themselves down 10 right now early.
Centerville is being tremendously aggressive on the defensive side.
And a lot of the refs are letting a lot of contact go at one end of the court, and then at the other end of the court there seems to be blowing the whistle all the time.
physicality a key here early.
And you hate to see the refs. You hate to see refs ruin a good game. And this has potential to be a good game. I mean, the hype. The schools are separated by like 3.5 miles or something like that. So I mean, a lot of stuff. I mean, there's a big rivalry here.
And Cade Morgan had an open bucket.
Hendricks, three's no good. Drolet with the board, tried to throw it off Saban and somehow got it to Morgan. Morgan with the easy.
Oh my goodness! With the defense all over him. The fadeaway with Grandin on him. Got to cover Lash. Good eyes. You have to cover Lash from the outside. So good put in by Alec Grandin.
Drolet.
Donnie Shelton playing really good D. And Hendricks has an open hole.
I don't understand why the Firebirds are not playing their full court defense the whole game. They have caused so many turnovers with this full court defense, and they're not playing the trap. Velasco was thinking of three, but Lash
open again.
10 points for the senior.
Cover that man.
The only way Fairmont's going to be able to cover him is if they put a blanket on him. Hendricks into the paint. Back out to Bohenick.
They can score all night. They have to play defense.
Bohenick cross-court pass from Drolet.
He's going to draw a foul there.
That'll be on Alec Grandin, his first, team's fourth.
Shots are going their way to a certain extent.
And Bohenick's checking out of the game.
Against the contested baskets.
Davidson checks into him. Davidson is wide open over here. Nobody's guarding him.
Haven't been able to get Jack Hendricks involved today.
He hasn't touched the ball enough.
Beautiful pass by Cam Drolet, and you think they would get the foul call.
Davidson was tripped. It's as simple as that. Lash from behind the arc. Can't hit that one. And a reach-in foul. Let's see who he called it on. Alec Grandin, his second, team's fifth. And Marshall's coming back into the game for Grandin.
So Fairmont ball. They have to score here if they want to change momentum.
Right
Davidson taking it at a half-court defense in offense.
Down 11 with 3 minutes left in the first half.
Got Hendricks to the hole.
He should have kicked it out to Cade Morgan. He was there for a wide open three.
So blocked by Velasco.
There's a
Fairmont needs to execute here.
Another foul for the Firebirds. That's on Crutchfield, his first, team's fourth.
Donnie Shelton, 5'10" junior, taking it up, straight to the hole, overshoots it.
And Lash gets the board. Shelton off the glass.
Can't allow easy buckets.
Davidson into the paint. Ooh. Back out to Morgan. Bohenick. Almost stolen away.
Boy, they have to reset. Centerville simply outplaying them so far. Getting a lot of calls, but still.
The Firebirds are not driving the ball. That is their bread and butter.
And Cam Drolet, excellent drive. Can't get the finish, but he is fouled.
Going to the line to shoot two. Velasco, his first, team sixth. First one's up and good.
Drolet sinks the first one. The seniors are really going to have to come into play here. Davidson, Drolet have to step up a lot. And it'd be nice to get some production from Brandon Hall. He does a lot of things that don't affect the stat sheet, but for him to be an impact in the last game at Centerville would be huge.
He just checked back into the game, so we'll see if Albright draws something up to go to him. Right now he's guarding Adam Velasco.
Brandon Hall creating some disruption on defense. Keegan Saban pivoting with Davidson on him.
Velasco, off the back of the rim.
And Centerville's executing really well in this second quarter.
Drolet blows by Shelton.
Drolet and the Firebirds keep striking back. They have to get a stop here. Marshall in the corner, picked away by Hendricks. They're going to call a foul, though.
That's Hendricks' second. Cade Morgan checks back into the game for Hendricks.
Hendricks, an emotional player, comes off rather frustrated with his uninvolvement tonight. Centerville doing a good job to keep him out of the game. Ryan Marshall from the corner, wide open. That's off, though. Davidson with the rebound, running the break.
Wisely dribbles out of it. Back to Bohenick. With 40 seconds left in this first half.
And Drolet trying to take an isolation, the center of the lane, loses control of the ball. And that sequence there describes kind of how the first half has gone for the Firebirds. Looked very promising at first. The Elks have gotten going here in the second quarter.
And it's been Sam Lash to lift them.
Three
for
Lash,
4 from behind the arc.
he completely swung the pendulum in Centerville's favor. Saban almost throws it out there, but it's tipped by a Fairmont defender. So it'll be Centerville ball. Gonna try to hold it for the last shot. Cade Morgan tips it out. Centerville ball again. Morgan guarding Saban full court. And that length really helped Morgan exceed.
And finally a charge goes against the Firebirds, or goes against the Elks.
Good effort by Brandon Hall taking the charge.
And that's something else that Albright was talking about. Is Brandon Hall's not afraid to get hurt. He will take a charge if he has to. And with 4.8 seconds left, let's see what the Firebirds have for the final play.
Player who does a lot of things that you want from a basketball player. And Cam Drolet goes coast to coast for the buzzer beater. And he is just a blur in the open break. Senior point guard Cam Drolet, averaging 12 points in the season, and he does things like that to just make you raise your voice a little bit and get off this seat.
That's how your first half of our MVCC Varsity Game of the Week finale ends. Drolet with a blow-by, coast-to-cost finish, and the Elks lead by 9, 30-21 at the half. We'll be back for the second half of our Miami Valley Adaptive Sports Game of the Week. All right, welcome back to Centerville High School for the second half of our MVCC Varsity Game of the Week. Do a quick rundown of the scoring for the visiting Firebirds. Kellen Bohenick has 2 points. Cade Morgan has 4 points. Jansen Davidson has 4 points. Jack Hendricks with 2 points. Cam Drolet, the leading scorer for the Firebirds, with 8 points. Dylan Crutchfield with 1. And then for the Elks scoring, Donnie Shelton with 2 points. Alec Grandin with 2 points. Adam Velasco with 2 points. Ryan Marshall has 3. Keegan Saban has 10. And Sam Lash is the leading scorer for both teams with 10 points. And Javon Henderson has 2 himself. So if the Firebirds want to try to get back into this second half, Jeff, they have to stop Keegan Saban and Sam Lash.
I would focus more on Sam Lash's open threes. That's what's burning them. There's not a lot you can do about Keegan Saban. Because if you're going to try to stop him, you're going to have to try to put a lot of guys on him. They already have Jansen Davidson guarding him, which is the best perimeter defender on their team by a far margin. So keep Davidson on Saban. Just stop Sam Lash from getting open threes. He needs to be your focus coming out here on defense in the second half.
Right. So we've got 16 minutes of basketball left. We'll see how this one goes out. The Firebirds come out down 9, and they're set to inbound the ball. Looks like Kellen Bohennick's going to inbound the ball to, yep, that's Davidson.
And Jansen Davidson's going to kick off this second half for the Firebirds.
Illegal screen my rear end. They're calling Cade Morgan on an illegal screen when Donnie Shelton shoved him and Jansen Davidson to the ground.
Stop. Just stop. It's okay. Whatever. I'm going to move on from that one. So Centerville will be inbounding the ball. They took possession after the foul. Donnie Shelton's going to be bringing the ball up for the Elks now. Here we go. We're going to see Sam Lash on the move, slashing. Ron Henderson down low.
With a hook around Crutchfield.
And Crutchfield.
Can't answer. Crutchfield with a defensive board.
Good post defense. Really down there in the interior, banging. Hendricks driving. Hendricks kick back out to Drolet. They're going to reset. Drolet. Beautiful pass to Bohennick on the wing.
And he can't hit the three. Shelton with the board.
Sam Lash, good pursuit by Kellen Bohennick and great defense. Although leaves Saban wide open.
Timeout called by the Elks, so they'll keep the ball.
Good hustle by Henderson. Fairmont needs to execute.
Right, that was a chance there, Fairmont. That was a good look from Bohennick from behind the arc. Now they just have to make sure they drop.
Good defense creates offense. So what they need to do here is create turnovers, create transition, so guys like Drolet and Davidson can go coast to coast. We know what Cade Morgan can do on a fast break. All those guys can pretty much run. Fairmont has a conditioning system, as does Centerville, to create fast breaks like that and opportunities really in transition.
Shelton gets the inbounds pass from Saban. Saban gets the ball back and makes the shot.
A difficult shot. Really good defense, but it doesn't matter when you're that good. Oh my goodness!
Drolet dribbled over Jansen with the... And they're going to call Jansen with a travel.
Drolet brings him to the ground. The quick travel and quick behind the back. And Davidson, it ends it with a travel. Morgan's going to get Davidson after that mistake. Donnie Shelton, good job shaking it off. Moving on.
Velasco from behind the arc. Good. Gives Velasco 5 points. Bohennick trying to back down Velasco. Gives it back out to Drolet.
Cam Drolet. Take it all, keeping Saban. Bohennick tries to save it after he fumbles it. Saban getting inside again.
That should give Saban 15 now. Drolet Hendricks from behind the arc. Good.
Beautiful dagger by Jack Hendricks, and that's what you're going to need to get back in this game. If Hendricks gets going, this is going to be a close one. It's going to be a shootout.
5 more threes, and Hendricks has the school record. Got to keep that in mind, too. But, I mean, Albright, it's a good timeout, but, I mean, what do you tell your team? I mean, your team's getting the looks. They're getting in the paint. It's just when you get in the paint, that's where Centerville wants to travel, or Centerville puts all their pressure on you, and they force turnovers.
Quit playing lackluster defense. You have to get into them. Look what Centerville's doing. They're making Fairmont reset, earn their points in a half-court offense. And they're being tough. They're collapsing when inside. They're getting back out on the perimeter. So they have to let the defense happen. If they play tough and they play to how they know they can play, the rest will happen.
Fairmont needs to pull out that full court press, I'd say, for the whole fourth quarter.
Henderson with the ball. That's a weakness they really want to exploit. When Javon Henderson has the ball, get up on him, try to create some disruption.
Not great ball handling skills for Henderson. But Saban making plays. Velasco down low to Henderson.
And Crutchfield with the block.
Now this is where Fairmont needs to come down.
Kellen Bohinnick on the break. Taking it up straight on Javon Henderson. And good athletic finish for Bohinnick.
This is really the first time Centerville's brought the ball over the court slowly.
Velasco. Pass out to Shelton.
Down low to Henderson. Let's see if he tries to box down Crutchfield. That's a travel. But another stop for the Firebirds.
Not very nimble inside.
They can cut it to
Tate Morgan.
Morgan with a beautiful coast-to-coast to cut the lead to 9.
And exactly what I said. Get out in transition. Create that defensive disruption.
They're making the Elks give Javon Henderson the ball. And this is really what the Firebirds need to keep executing. Make sure you keep funneling the ball to Henderson, and he's going to force the turnovers.
Sam Lash pass to Velasco in the corner. You have to get out on those three-point attempts, and they're back down by 12. Double digits again.
Velasco now has 8 points in the game. Drolet in the paint, no shot, but I think they're going to get Donnie Shelton with the foul. That'll be his.
So they're going to get the inbound here. That'll be the Elks' first foul of the second half. Donnie Shelton's first foul indeed, as well. There you see on the replay. Overshooting Crutchfield. Bad mistake by the Firebirds there.
Now they need to get back to play defense and force another stop.
Grandin. Hendricks overshooting it. Velasco wide open.
Marshall from behind the arc, no good.
It's actually Alec Grandin.
Oh, that's Grandin. Oh, him and Marshall look so much alike. Drolet trying to dribble up, and he does.
They're going to put him with the charge. Marshall's feet clearly still shuffling.
This ref does not know what a charge is.
That's unfortunate.
He's been calling this all night against the Firebirds. Hold down.
Saban pass to Velasco. Marshall taking up court after taking the charge.
Right, charge is in quotes. Marshall back out to Velasco. Velasco behind the arc.
Velasco, third three in a row. He is feeling it tonight.
15-point lead now for the Elks.
He's a senior as well.
Bohinnick has the ball left of the key. Bohinnick into the paint. Shots no good. Rebound is Marshall.
Down by 15, the Firebirds going to have to climb a lengthy wall to get back in this one.
That'll be Hendricks' third.
They need to watch out on Hendricks' foul. Velasco taking it. He's proven to be a very versatile player tonight.
Lash has the ball now to Saban. Saban into the paint.
And Saban, it's a weird pass.
Lash back out to Grandin. Marshall.
And they get the
Velasco
screen.
for three.
And fourth three in a row. Adam Velasco has it going tonight.
He's had the last 12 points for the Elks. All from three.
Bohenick to Hendricks. Velasco's gonna almost get the steal. Jack Hendricks getting him off balance.
Kick out to Bohenick. Bohenick's open over here in the corner. They didn't see it. Brandon Hall comes up, nice screen by the senior. And Morgan has it swatted away, and they're gonna give him the foul. They're giving Lash the foul. I thought it was on Marshall.
Cade Morgan is going to sink the first one. Cade Morgan, a very skilled, versatile player. His wingspan combined with his dribbling skills, he's shooting 50% from three. Hasn't shot a lot, but very selective on which he shoots his outside shots. Usually open spot ups.
The Firebirds might have a chance the rest of this quarter. They just took Velasco out.
Velasco, the torch has been taken out.
Morgan cuts the lead to 16, 46-30. Just under 2 minutes left.
You have to stop the three-point barrage put on by Centerville here in the second half so far. Shelton, cross-court pass to Lash. Goes up. Good defense by Bohenick. Rebounds happening left and right. And finally, Bohenick gets it. And that's the size they lack when they don't have a true center in there. Crutchfield, he's in there. He's kind of their anchor on the boards.
They're going to reset now with Davidson at the key.
Davidson, the composed senior leader, resetting this offense. Is that another charge?
That's another questionable charge.
See the replay here.
That's Jack Hendricks' fourth foul. He's going to the bench.
So
don't ask for replays. So Hendricks is going to the bench with 4 personals. And you can tell he's steaming. I mean, as well he should be. These refs are ruining a great game.
that's why most of these high school refs are going to stay in high school.
Right. Saban gets his own turnover.
Regathers the muffled pass. And it's going to take some magic for Fairmont to get back in this one.
18 points and 38 seconds left in the third.
Centerville, a very well-coached team. They're sharp and most required basketball skills.
And this is why they made that great Elite Eight run last year. I mean, they're very well disciplined. The Coach Cups is excellent at his job. And I think the
beautiful pass by Davidson out to Drolet, hits the perfect three. And those senior guards, connection is so beautiful. Sam Lash off with a contested buzzer beater three.
So going into the fourth and final quarter of our MVCC game of the week, the Firebirds are down 15, 48-33. It's a slim chance, but there's a chance.
Still very possible. I've seen. Well, let's just say some teams they clean up good.
Right.
So let's see if the Firebirds can be one tonight. Centerville has really owned this game, along with a few questionable calls. I feel like they'd be up anyways.
It'll be interesting to see how Fairmont retaliates to start this fourth quarter. I mean, I assume they're going to play. They have to play this full court press and that trap defense this quarter the whole way.
Fairmont's really going to have to play aggressive if they want to match Centerville's tone they set with how disciplined they are.
And I was talking with the seniors on the Firebirds team earlier this week. They said the only thing they want to accomplish in their senior year is to beat the Elks. This age group has not beat the Elks since their 8th grade year. So, I mean, you're playing them 2 times a year, and you're 0-5, or 0-8 so far, as they played them once in the playoffs and lost them earlier this year.
So Elks inbound the ball. Donnie Shelton's going to kick off this fourth quarter.
And Adam Velasquez back into the game.
Velasco so impactful. 4 for 4 from 3 last quarter before he went out. And that's a travel.
Well, there you go. Fairmont comes out, 15 seconds, gets a stop. Or forces a turnover.
It's a good sign, but more a mistake on Velasco's side than it is forced by Fairmont.
And you have to execute. You have to get points. It doesn't matter if it's 2 or 3.
Really gonna have to get points on this turnover to shift momentum. And Caden Morgan.
Turnover. Ooh. Drolet driving into the paint.
Changing direction.
And he is fouled hard by Velasco. You see Velasco swatted his arm the hole. His second, team's third.
I see Drolet, good penetration there. He's gonna have 2 at the line. Good free throw shooter.
First one's good.
He's in the mid-70s, percentage-wise.
Both free throws are good. It's a 13-point game. And just like that, the Firebirds come out and play the full-court defense.
Davidson, very aggressive, over-pursuing, leaving Sam Lash wide open, and he misses it.
That's only a second miss from behind the arc. He's 3 for 5.
Count your blessings, Fairmont.
Bohannic.
Bohannic with the aggressive drive. The sophomore with tremendous hustle.
It's an 11-point game.
And momentum changes very quickly on the Firebird side. Saban with the open lane against Bohannic. The sophomore again playing very good on the effort end. And
oh my goodness. And Brooks cuts in the Elks call a timeout.
Good nitpicking by Centerville there. Get the fast break bucket. It's going to lead to an Albright timeout.
No, Centerville took that one.
Oh, Centerville took it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, they had 3 turnovers in the first 15 seconds. I think Centerville wants to regroup. But I like that pursuit and attack by the Firebirds they showed in the first minute of that fourth quarter. I mean, they could have easily went on it. That could have been a 6-0 run. But Jansen Davidson trying to do too much fancy work between the legs, dribbling. And he got it stuck on his leg, and Donnie Shell picked it up. But still, 13 points in 6.5 minutes is still easy.
Centerville defense will lull you to sleep, and just when you think you're safe, they'll snatch that ball away. They have to be very disciplined here in the fourth quarter if they want to come back and match Centerville's level of efficiency.
From here on out, if the Firebirds, they can't have no turnovers, no fouls, no empty possessions for the Firebirds. That's what Coach Albright has to have told them in that last timeout.
Drolet, pass to Morgan.
Morgan got Saban back. Morgan, Davidson into the paint. Davidson back out the
good
Bohannic.
ball movement. Bohannic wide open. And
Sam
beautiful.
Licklider with the interception. Cade Morgan drive into the paint. Off the glass. But
trying to get the and one. Didn't get it, but goes to the line for 2.
Velasco, that'll be his 3rd foul.
That's a big one right there.
Right, it makes the 3-point, well, he's been the major 3-point threat. First one's nothing but net, 38-50. 12 points with 6 minutes left. It is doable.
Very doable, especially the way they've come out and owned this fourth quarter.
How many fouls is it? Is it 5 and you're out in high school?
Huh?
Is it 5 fouls and you're out in high school? Jack Hendricks with 4 fouls just entered the game.
So dangerous territory, but not really losing anything. He hasn't been much of a factor in this one. It's going to be another foul on Cade Morgan.
I think that's his 2nd.
Aggressive by Cade Morgan there.
Someone for Centerville has to inbound the ball.
Jack Hendricks going to guard Velasco off the inbound, and Morgan on Keegan Saban. Lash pass to Shelton. Getting it down to Saban down low on Sam Licklider. Bad idea.
Lash with a offensive board, and Lash can't answer with the putback. Bohinnick with the rebound, and Saban with a foul.
So this is exactly what the Firebirds want.
Kagan Saban picks up his second foul.
Licklider inbounding the Drolet. And here we go. It's another chance for the Firebirds to capitalize.
If Drolet can hit a three and get this to under 10 points, listen for the student section to erupt. Hendricks into the paint, loses it off his foot. And did the ref say it's going to stay with Fairmont?
I'm pretty sure that went off of Jack Hendricks, though.
I thought it did too.
Questionable calls all around the board.
Hey, if you're the Firebirds, you take it. Morgan gets the inbounds. Drolet trying to get around Shelton.
Licklider spots up.
Nobody there for the board. Sam Lash with an excellent box out.
Donnie Shelton pass to Grandin. Denied by Bohinnick. The pass to Saban.
You got to give it to someone. You got to get up court. Cade Morgan driving into the paint. Has it poked away, but gets it back. And they're going to say he double dribbled.
Trying to gather the ball there. And that looked like it was poked away by Velasco.
Right, he has the chance to get control of the ball again.
Yes, have been making a lot of questionable calls tonight on both sides. Keegan Saban pass to Grandin, pass to Velasco. And he's lost the fire.
Sam Licklider with the board, gives it off to Hendricks. Hendricks into the paint, gives it to Bohinnick.
In an open lane for Kellen Bohinnick.
Did you see how Hendricks cleared out the lane for Bohinnick? If we could see a replay of that, watch this. Hendricks faked the pass to Bohinnick one way. It just like that. It's 9 points. With 4:17 left, anything is doable now. I mean, Fairmont, they have 5 people that can shoot the three well.
So Coach Cubs over there going nuts with his team. Protect the lead. That's going to be the goal for Centerville basketball here. You're up by 9, and you have to remain to discipline play. You have to maintain how solid you've been.
Fairmont is outscoring the Elks so far in the fourth quarter, 8-2. And really, Cade Morgan's really been the answer. Him and Bohinnick have a combined 18 points between the two underclassmen.
Morgan and Bohinnick putting on a show tonight.
And then you got Drolet with 13, so this is set up to be a final. This will be an interesting one.
This one can easily get interesting. Here we go, kicking it off almost halfway through the fourth quarter.
If Fairmont can get another stop and answer on the other end,
cut the lead down to 16, or from 16 to 9. So
I think it was 18 at one point.
No, Drolet took it down.
Oh, that's right. And you hear the Centerville student section has really gotten quiet till now, as you see him bouncing in the background.
Open, Keegan Saban, Brandon Hall, solid defense on the inside, forcing the Centerville Elks to reset.
Donnie Shelton had an easy three, but I think he's too scared to take it.
Yeah, Shelton not a very efficient three-point shooter. Shy away from that one.
Well, Shelton will drive into the paint.
Good defense by Brandon Hall.
And Saban's just there to answer back.
Saban gets the rebound.
If you're the Firebirds, you got to play with some sense of urgency. 3 minutes left, and you're only down 12. 11.
You got to get Jack Hendricks involved here. Big-time three-point threat.
I think he only has 5 points in the game. Drolet off the glass, no. And they're going to give Brandon Hall the foul on a reach-in. That'll be his first, team 6th.
So looking more bleak by the second for the Firebirds. Got to maintain this comeback, down by 11 now.
Fairmont has to. They're not playing the full court press. Davidson's coming in for Drolet. Saban slowly bringing it up the court, taking as much time off the clock as he wants. Centerville's not really going to look to take a shot here with 2:45 left. I mean, they're just going to move the ball around the paint. They're going to make Fairmont come up
has to
late
create
defense.
some interruption in the Elks flow. They want to attempt this comeback.
And apparently that's not a travel. But
Lash wide open in the corner, and that one starts to put it away.
that one, I think, is going to be the proverbial nail in the coffin. The lead's 14 points. Bohenick with a drive into the paint, no.
The game's slowly slipping from the grips of Blair Albright now as he sends senior Cam Drolet right back in. And they're gonna need a true miracle here. It's Elks ball with 2:10 left, down by 14.
Timeout Fairmont, a full timeout, but
So let's see if what they're gonna come up with works.
I've not really, Fairmont has not had an answer for this Elks attack. I mean, I don't know. This game's been like 4 or 5 different games. Fairmont's had it within 9. I mean, and then Fairmont's had it within 9. Centerville's had an 18-point lead.
They haven't been able to execute when they get close enough to come back.
Now, Fairmont has had many opportunities in this game to try to come back, but lackluster play on defense is what's keeping them at bay. But, I mean, Albright said, this game is a measuring stick on how his team's going to play the last 2 games and how they're going to play in the playoffs. I mean, if you're the Firebirds, you take what you learned from this game, apply it, and work on it in practice every day. And you gotta try to make this game a learning stone for the rest of the season.
Elks ball after Firebird timeout. Gonna have to get a turnover here. They're assuming position for a trap.
Fairmont should have played this trap a whole lot earlier. Marshall drives in, and that's good. 57-41.
We're gonna have to get a quick 3
game
here.
A quick bucket. Bohenick kick out to Morgan. Morgan loses the handle on it.
They're gonna have to score quickly.
Oh, and
They did
Davidson
the
just gave
exact
that one to
opposite.
Saban.
Keegan Saban takes it the other way, and I think you can call this game officially over.
Yeah, with 1:30 left. Davidson into the paint. Gets it to fall, 59-43, but it's a little too late. Cross court pass to Lash. Almost a turnover for the Firebirds, and they get it. Refs don't signal anything yet.
49 seconds, nothing to cling on now. As fans will start exiting, this one's over.
And I don't understand how they're going to give Cade the ball or give Cade the foul. But I don't know. For Fairmont, you just got to take this one off the chin. Come back on Tuesday, play Springfield for senior night, and then you finish the season, I think, at Lebanon. But Centerville has a hard one here tomorrow night. They play Trotwood. Trotwood's only had 2 losses on the year.
Snap. Torrey Patton, those Trotwood Rams. Sinks the first of a one-on-one.
Looking at Centerville, I mean, in the few games that we've done and just watching them, looking at the stats, I don't see why Centerville can't repeat another Elite Eight run like they did last year. I mean, they have a better team than what they did last year. And Fairmont, I mean, they're losing 3 good seniors in Drolet, Davidson, and Hall. But, I mean, they're keeping the muscle of their team with Bohenek and Hendricks and all that. So, I mean, they have a lot to come back next year.
Timeout's going to be called for some reason.
I don't know why Albright would take a timeout. But somewhat of a lackluster performance from the two teams in our MVCC basketball game of the week finale. So, I mean, did you enjoy basketball season?
Yes, indeed.
A lot of one-sided affairs in all of our games.
Besides Springboro and Fairmont.
Yeah, Springboro and Fairmont, something to hang a hat on. That was a good game. Maybe if we can get a shot of the Centerville student section dancing. Yeah, just like that, they're done dancing. Tonight's MVCC High School Basketball Game of the Week is being recorded by the Miami Valley Communications Council and students from Kettering, Fairmont, and West Carrollton High Schools. For more information about rebroadcasts, class information, and staff bios, check out MVCC.net to make sure, or to see how MVCC gives you the best viewing experience possible.
The Bohenek. Take it up here. Try to get something for encouragement. Licklider.
And another blocking foul called. Brandon Hall pick up his second foul.
So it doesn't really matter at this point.
I don't even know who that is shooting free throws
Well,
for the Elks.
You know Fairmont's going to try to score one last time before this one's over, but not too much on the line at this point.
Matt Pierce at the line to shoot the 1-and-1. And it's no good. Deshaun Brown with the board. Ryan Hall bringing it up court, down low to the brother. Brandon Hall, nice turnaround off the glass hook.
He's had a nice game tonight. And I won't show on the stat sheet, but what he's done is
put his body on the line.
Good basketball.
And Fairmont's going to back off, and Centerville's going to dribble it out for the final 2 seconds. And Centerville holds on to win 60-48 over the crosstown rival Fairmont Firebirds. I mean, a lot of stuff went the Elks' way. I mean, who is your player of the game? Who is your player of the game, in your opinion?
Player of the game, definitely Adam Velasco. He completely turned the game around in the third quarter.
I'm going to say Sam Lash is my player of the game. I mean, they both were lethal from behind the arc. I mean, there you go, 60-48, your final in our MVCC Game of the Week finale. I'm signing off for the last time this season. Jared Bergstrom, Jeff Allen, and the crew at Miami Valley Communications Council. We'll see you when football season comes around.
That's all, folks.